feels like home, pixels and sound bites, on digital sunlights. It's a place where I belong, that feels just like a favorite song. There's a place that I can go, just
Hello, hello. How is everyone doing this fine evening? I hope everybody has had a good start of their week. Mine's been pretty good. Largely without major notes, frankly. Pretty typical week. Kappa, good to see you. Hello, hello. Well, it's no longer Monday. That is correct. We can at least give it that. And honestly, it's practically not even Tuesday anymore. So, you know, you could almost say we're like halfway through the week. If you're a rounding, you know, halfway through, all is well. But on the front of Elden Ring, as that is, of course, the goings-on of this evening, I had to look stuff up because I needed to figure out where the hell I was supposed to be going and how to get to some of these places that clearly other people had struggled with as well, because I very quickly found people showing how to get to places. So the first one that we're going to go do, it's annoying because I was very close to finding my way to both of these. So, and by both of these, I mean, so I was trying to get down here, and obviously down to here as well. Like, this whole area is like, how do I get here? What is going on? I was very close to finding the entrance to it. And then the other one is getting up here. I was trying to get up here, and here too, I have been to everywhere I needed to be. However, I wasn't necessarily close to getting to where I needed to go. But that's where we're going to get first. Because even like last week, maybe, or last play session, or maybe the one immediately prior, I actually went exactly where I needed to be to start it, but I just sort of didn't realize part of what I needed to do, I guess. That will make more sense when I get there. So up this way, which I had already been to, there's a tree over here. And I saw this tree. I commented about this tree. Like, I mentioned the tree when I was here. However... Oh, wait, did I... There's a gesture you're supposed to get from this. And maybe I had even gotten it already. I don't know what gesture it was. Is it warm welcome? It kind of looks like warm welcome. Hold on, now I gotta go double check. Ring, Northeast map DLC. Let me look in here again. What was the gesture? Yep, Bonnie Village. Okay. They called it the Oh Mother gesture. I don't... There it is. Okay. I do have it. So that means I actually did pick up the thing. But I certainly didn't realize it was something I needed. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Gesturing ahead. So here, I'll show you how obscure this is. How you're supposed to figure this out, I don't know. So now we go back up here. Oops. To this gate. It's ridiculous. Clearly I am not thinking hard enough in this game. Oh, wow. There's literally an item here, and I just didn't turn to the right. It's freaking right. You gotta be kidding me. Have mercy for the spirited away shamans. I don't know. Is that is that the information I needed? So I come over here and I use the gesture, allegedly. This is why the internet exists. Good God. I mean, I guess the comment helps of gesturing required ahead. The problem is that I think those actually don't appear if you place it down after you've already... Oh, shit. We're already gonna drop frames like a fiend. Okay. We're just gonna immediately drop all of our VRAM on the floor somewhere for some reason. Okay, cool. I love that for us. That's really keeping the stream going. Thank you. Thank you, Elden Ring. I would like you to not do that in the future. All right, we're coming back. Coming back to life. Hey, Sea Weaver, how's it going? All right. False start. We're picking it back up. Don't worry about all that. You can just pretend it didn't happen. All right. Yes, yes. I should hypothetically be back. No, I'm definitely back. You might need to reload your page. Oh, interesting. Okay, interesting. This actually works tremendously well for me. I'm gonna put a message down here. Actions. Gesturing required ahead. Hey, Scobalts, how's it going? Can I toggle message? Yeah, add a gesture. Add a gesture. We're killing it. Which one is it? Where is it? Oh, mother. There we go. Bam. Finish. We're killing it. All right. We now have the most useful gesture imaginable. Or useful message imaginable. We're going to help so many people. Oh, we also have to actually do the thing. Hold on. Because you see how there are no other messages in here. Maybe they just wipe messages from this room. And then once it opens up, does it change the state of the room? I don't know. I know. It's sacrilegious to be helpful, but here we are. Excellent. We have made our way to a new place. I like being helpful, because those useful messages help me out so many times. I gotta return the favor every once in a while. Alright. New area. I am so stoked. This is at least the smaller area. So it shouldn't take us too long to explore it. I did. I looked it up, Seaweaver. I looked up how to find the things that I had missed. Because, you know, I just didn't have the patience to continue screwing around for hours on stream. And it's annoying how close I was to finding both of the places I needed to be, but yet, in this case, I never would have found it. I never would have thought to use a gesture to get through there. The other one, you'll see when we get there, I literally had been in the correct place more than once, but it was so difficult to see. You'll see when we get there. It was so unclear. Alright, is there really anything here? I'm killing bears, but there doesn't appear to be much of anything here. Hey! Hey! I was reading a message, you bastard. You bastard. Okay, so we found another bear forest. Something incredible. A bug. Well, good. I love that for us. Horn-strewn excrement. Oh, good. Poop. That's exactly what I was hoping to find out in the wilderness. Just straight up piles of shit. My favorite. Alright, not much going on up on this plateau. The flowers are nice, though. It's a very pleasant place. Possibly one of the most straightforwardly pleasant places in all of Elden Ring. Because there are more spectacular vistas, such as the Cerulean Coast and even the... I don't know if they had a specific name, but where all the flowers are all red and glowy. And those are great and all. But this is just, like... plausible. It's like, look at all these very pleasant wildflowers. It's so nice. Not sure what's floating through the air, however. Oh, we've got a okay. Oh! I'm a little surprised that hit me, honestly. Oh, I was early. Ah, shit. Shoot. Oh. I thought that was going to kill him. It did not. Thank you, Seaweaver. Oh, the second blessing of Marika. I see. I'm not going to use that. It's still really funny to me. Somebody will mention the liking of stream chat, and I can see the likes go up. And I'm like, oh, thank you, everyone. Everyone has followed instructions. Fantastic. If only it were so easy for my other videos. Never feels like it fits to put in the, like, please like. Specifically the story times. just doesn't feel appropriate for the style of video. Oh, my bones! I'm glad I was up here. I'm surprised that didn't hit me, actually. Look at it. Look at this idiot. Look at him stuck down there. Oh, he's not stuck down there anymore. I take it back. Oh, shit. I didn't even hit with that. You started playing Anthem? Man, I liked Anthem. I'm sad that it just sort of fell apart so significantly. Okay. You know what? I'm pretty sure I evaded that. That's some horse crap. You know, Anthem is one of those games that I don't know if I've ever seen a game like fall off the radar of like everyone as fast as that game did. Like, it had a bunch of promise, it had a bunch of hype, people were really interested, and it's just like, it had some wild issues, honestly, that were like really weird. Oi. For instance, like, they had just royally screwed up the itemization and scaling. So for a while, the starting gun that you got was actually the best gun in the game, which is so freaking stupid. What an idiotic and unfortunate mistake to make. Shit. Ah, shit! Okay, come on now. What? Why did it sound like the music just picked up again? What was that about? Oi. Ooh. I'm glad it was that attack instead of the other one. I could have followed up better on that. Oh, shit. Oh, Lordy. There we go. Oh, I didn't even go and get my souls. I could have lost all my souls. That would have been tragic. Another blessing of Marika. They're just passing them out. You know, honestly, I can't say that I know too much about the current state of Anthem. I certainly don't really care enough to go, like, try again. But honestly, if you are still having a good time, you know, good for you. I'm glad that they managed to not screw it up forever. Yay, another Skagitry blessing. We're up to 15. Oh, not quite a level. I'm so close. I should use an item. Oh, hey, there's the message appraisals. Damn right. That's how you do it. What was I doing? I was still leveling intelligence. I still want to get that to 80. I feel like Anthem was a big sort of start up to, I feel like, the diminishing success of live service games, or at least the reduced prevalence. So it's such a debacle that it really let the AAA studios know that it, like, just pumping out live service games does not guarantee success, which they seem to have thought was going to be happening. And they just kept putting out shitty live service games. Not that the Anthem was necessarily one. It could have not been one, but it was such a mess. Very messy development over there, as I understand it. Well, and then I really hope to see, like, the success of Elden Ring, success of even, like, God of War, the success of some of these bigger single-player games, sort of at the tail end of, or sort of after the big spike in live service games. I'm hoping that that might help steer the industry. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3, too. Steer the industry away from just feeling like they need to make live service games all the time. And that, yes, you can just make, like, good single-player games and, you know, make things happen. I knew you were going to be a damn falling star beast. Owie! I'm being bothered by an insect. Why are you doing this to me? Wait. Wait. Oh no, I didn't get out of there not fast enough. I can't believe none of those hit me. So, these fights are actually kind of interesting. It's almost like they've put these here. Oh, nope, you're gonna try to magic pixel me too, huh? What the hell is up with that? Well, one, I'm noticing that this plateau is sort of interestingly close to... gravitational missile. Interestingly close to the lands between. So, like, the base game areas of Elden Ring. Like, they're it's kind of familiar grass. They're enemies that we were familiar with from before. And so, I'm sure that that is a relevant connection here. Because, so we have, like, these fingers this finger shrine sort of like tied to the lands between, and then we have an additional finger shrine tied to a very like dead area. There's likely to be some implications of that. But from a gameplay perspective, I think it's interesting that they have included enemies we're familiar with. The Falling Star Beast, 2 Tree Sentinels. Centipede dudes. What centipede dudes? Oh, the blue wormy guys? No, I haven't really been bothering the blue wormy guys. But from a gameplay perspective, I think it's interesting that they bring along these boss-ish, sub-bosses, mini-bosses. The shapeshifter ones. What, like these guys? They're like leeches? These guys are all snoozy. The pests? Oh, centipede dudes. The pests. Yeah. With the pest threads. I have not been killing the base game. I have been killing the pink ones that fight me. I have not been killing the little ones that lay around. I have been talking to those and getting the pest cookbooks from them. I haven't been bothering those ones. They're okay in my book. But the fact that they bring in familiar enemies here is kind of interesting, because I feel like it's an opportunity to be like, I don't know, almost like revel in your skill, because it's like, oh, you've been facing down harder enemies. Here are these things that you faced like long ago. And you're just like, oh yeah, these guys. Because I was almost expecting them to get some kind of new tricks or anything, and they didn't. They're just like, whatever. Just beat their ass. It's so many fingies. So many fingies. Yeah, I even helped heal one of the pests. I found him and he was injured, and I healed him. And it made him healthy. Maybe not happy, but it did make him healthy. Gesturing ahead, therefore seek north. What could there possibly be north? Finger Ruins of Dio. That was weird. This very small area of, like, fog or mist. Hey, yo! Watch where you're throwing that thing. Ow! Okay, that one does not have a delay. Wow, you just came out of freaking nowhere, you ass. Nope. Ah, shit. Ah, God, there's so many of them. Oh, lordy. Good God. Cut that shit out. God damn it. I'm a little bit surprised that okay, that time I'm gonna get caught. Leave me alone. It's so far that they do that. The range is incredible. What the shit? Okay. Oh, for freak's sake. I hate it here. I hate everything about this. Okay, we're just gonna biff it. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. You know, here's the thing. I think it would be cool if they could make a comeback. I just, like, I don't think it's impossible. But oh, come on. That definitely did not grab me. That's some bullshit. I just don't see it happening because of, like, the publisher that owns it. It's EA, right? Like, I just don't see them putting the necessary investments in. I'd love for them to prove me wrong, but they're just so shitty. Because, you know, it kind of makes me think of Final Fantasy XIV that had such an incredibly bad start, but it was a Final Fantasy game, and Squaresoft couldn't allow that, like, could not allow that huge black mark to exist on the very important property that is Final Fantasy, and so they invested a shit ton and remade the game. But I just don't think EA is passionate enough about anything. The only thing EA is passionate about is getting more money. And if they don't see an immediate path to more money, then, like, they just don't give a shit. And so I just can't imagine it actually taking place. I'd love for them to prove me wrong. I just can't imagine they will. Cerulean Seed Talisman +1. Alright. Is that everything that's here? I mean, I don't really know the implication of blowing those horns. All it ever seems to do is give me a little item. Which is cool and all, but I was really expecting a little more meaning out of things. It's fine. I'll just leave it up to the old lore videos to help explain what the hell is happening and why these weird finger shrine places exist with their weird finger horns things. Why it's full of leeches. I think this area is now also completed. Well, yes. And we'll get to it likely when we go watch the lore videos. It's been a long time since I watched the main game lore video, but there is actually quite significant meaning to the fingers. And not only the fingers, but like it carries over to the numbers of fingers of things. It's like, I can't remember if it's like the fewer fingers that something has, like the more holy or the more like significant it is. So it's like, that's, or at least that's one of the ways that it is presented to us. I don't know if that's a actual universal truth, but at the very least, that seems to be the sort of information that the two fingers puts forward. The two fingers, you'll note, has not very many fingers. And so the two fingers, there's also the three fingers, which is like, I don't know, some kind of unholy number of fingers. There is also then like, I think like the Beastmen, or somebody's got 4 fingers, and then I think the Tarnished all have 5, and so it's like the tarnished, you know, are sort of looked down on, possibly. I look forward to listening to the lore video again, because it's some interesting stuff. But that carries over into various things, because there's, like, those weird, monstrous, like, finger mimics. So it's, like, they're kind of grotesque, not only because they're amalgamations of hands, but also because they have a shit ton of fingers. So it's like, wow, that's not appropriate. But it's interesting. There is meaning to the fact that there are a lot of fingers, and the fingers are sort of all over the place. It is not irrelevant. I was really expecting to find, like, anything up here. But I definitely also am looking forward to learning about what the hell is going on with these weird finger shrines. Well, finger ruins. In listening to the, you know, lore information we have from the DLC. I will be intrigued. I look forward to that. I think that's going to be a fun time when we sit down and react and watch the lore videos. I'm certainly going to be enjoying myself. I don't know how effectively I will be at quote-unquote reacting, because I definitely don't want to just sit here and steal content, but I'm also not one for, like, I'm not very good at just, like, doing a lot of wild reacting and stuff. What game has the most insanely batshit wild lore? What's that? What game's wild? Okay, I think this place is done. So let's go to the other place that I figured out how to get to. And it's stupid that I couldn't find it. I've been here like twice. And for some reason, I just didn't see the thing. Oh, I did hit two guys at once. Way to go, me. Like, I specifically came over here to look for it, too. Which is probably the most annoying thing. Is like, I came over here trying to look for it. It's so damn subtle. Right out of the sky. It's this. This is what I missed. This. I was supposed to see this. This teeny tiny ladder tucked away. Just like over here in the corner. I guess I needed to pay attention to this guy who died going to the ladder. But like, there are corpses everywhere. I can't notice every corpse. Like, come on now. This is the, I have to express this teeny tiny single ladder is like the linchpin, the one thing that I missed that opens up this, that opens up down here, and opens up this whole piece of the map. It's this ladder. This goddamn ladder. So, cool. Don't worry, I made it now. Oh yeah, you have mentioned that the observation duty games have some wild ass lore, which is interesting because there's not a whole lot to sort of put it forward in the games, as far as I could tell. Hey, secret passage. There's another painting. Domain of Dragons painting. Have we seen that? It's very red. So obviously that's the tree. Was this a secret? It's the secret. Not only is it underneath a freaking ladder that was easy to miss, it's behind a secret wall. Unbelievable. Ah, the old coffin taxi. I knew we hadn't had enough coffin taxis in the DLC. We're long overdue. Wee. Where exactly is this going to take us? Is it just going to be right at the bottom? Pile of coffins. They really should come up with a better transit system in the lands between, or the lands of shadow. Both. This is highly inefficient. Well, look at all these coffins. What a waste. Single-use taxis? No. That's a terrible plan, guys. Where am I? I'm exactly where I thought I would be. I love that for us. It continues to be a room full of... oh, excuse me. Coffins. Anything back here? Nope. Hooray, we made it. Oh yeah, now we're looking good. We got new places to go. New things to see. There are so many dead furnace golems down here. Except for that one, I'm sure it's huge and still alive. Never mind. Be chilling. He's very dead. Maybe not very dead. I still wouldn't put it past him to come back to life. What are you guys talking about down here? You wary of hole? Hidden path ahead? I don't believe you. I have to check anyway, even if I don't believe. It is a necessity. Because what if? They've hidden things in weirder places. That's the problem. There's always that possibility. Oh. Okay. That surprisingly did not let me stand on his head. Despite it feeling like that was exactly what it wanted me to do. Oh, where'd that guy come from? Has he always been here? Nice, revered spirit edge. Oh, Lord. All right, can I... Yeah, I can target your feet. That makes you an easier one to kill. Ah! Jesus! Come back here. Okay, then. I've been punched. Tremendously. Where did that guy come from? Did he just, like, walk in from the side? Look at all these furnace visages. I don't use any of them, but I'm gonna pick them all up anyway. I can't help myself. Oh, there he is. He gets his ass up out of bed. Good morning. Oh, I didn't actually need to do that, but I definitely did that. Give me my souls back. Nope, I did not time that correctly. God, that's a lot of damage. There we go. Knock his ass down. Right in the kisser. God, this spell is so good at killing these guys. Try the arrows or throwables? I have not. I looked briefly at some of the new stuff that I could make, but I haven't really done anything with them. I mean, largely because I have the spells, so it's like... The throwables really feel like they solve... Like, they fill that gap if you're going heavy melee, so you've got something to attack at range. So I haven't really had the need, since I've got so much versatility in my spell set anyway. Aside from, like, specific effects, like sleep pots and whatever. Although I don't ever actually use the sleep pots. I know everybody... Not everybody. Lots of people use the sleep pots on the, like, Godskin duo and stuff. But... I... had a really easy time with the Godskin duo, oddly enough. I don't know if I was over-leveled or what, but I did not have an issue with them. Jumping required ahead. Oh. Are you... Interesting. Am I supposed to be able to get up here? It almost feels like I don't belong here. Wow. I feel like that's there so you can get up here, but what a baffling way to get in. Raise the Sword of Light. It's now the Sword of Darkness. Interesting. Damn, it's still faith-based. I was kind of hoping that it would become a, like an intelligence weapon if it switched. I still need my goddamn faith. I don't have any of that. Oh, well, what have we here? I see a blood splat. No monstrosity. Is this the, like, only mimic in the whole game? Did they put a mimic here? No. It's nothing. That would have been kind of funny if it was, like, the one and only mimic. But alas, it was nothing. All right, we have explored a thing. Oops. Well, you know, depending on how long it takes to explore these areas, we might be going back into the final area. Well, what I presume to be the final area. What the hell's this place called? Anir Ilum. That place. We might be going back in there by the end of stream. We are making quick work of the areas that we had remaining. Then another grace that I see. 'Tis. Ta-da. Okay. Finally. Finally, we have reached this path that I had seen from so far above. That's a hole. That too is a hole. Wary of dung. Oh, it's you guys. Oh, thin beast bones. Wow, I'm so excited. Thank you. Oh, shit! That was very close. Push me in that hole. Hey. Not here, no jump. Yeah, okay. It looks close. Looks close. Take your word for it, though. What did Anthem have? I mean, it had a good aesthetic. Had mechs. I like that. I agree. It had a really endearing, engaging movement mechanic. Which is almost a shame, because I feel like... I don't feel like they really... sort of like built things to do around that. There's really just like a little bit of flying around, but like it was so good that they really should have like leaned into that and given you specific stuff to encounter. Like, because I'm just thinking about back in like the old days of like Pilot Wings back on the... What was Pilot Wings on? 64? Is it the 64? I think it was the 64. Whereas just like, well, I mean, not only Pilot Wings, but like even the flight simulator where it's like the game is flying. And if they had given more things of like engaging things to interact with or participate in, I think that could have been a really satisfying gameplay loop to encourage you to do those things, aside from just like, here's the world. Ow. Because the world was also not tremendously, like, engaging. No, there were some, like... What I mean is, there was not, like, an entire avenue of gameplay that they really could have brought to bear. Like, I don't recall, like, there wasn't really meaningful things to explore, for instance. Like, there weren't things to find. There weren't... you know, like... I feel like... You know, how a lot of games have, like, jumping puzzles to keep you sort of engaged with exploring and stuff. Like, I felt like in Anthem, if I remember, you were really just kind of incentivized to go directly where you needed to go, and then go back afterwards you finished your mission. Like, there wasn't reasons to just be out in the world to, like... See, I don't think that existed on release. Like, I played on release, and so I don't know if that existed at the time. It was quite bare on release. They definitely... Like, it's good that they did that, because they really needed to be leaning in on those mechanics, especially. Because they were good. They did build an engaging flight navigation maneuvering mechanic. So they should utilize it as fully as possible. Wow, you have a lot of health. What's this? This gadgetry here. Wall. I mean, sure, but one boss, a, like, mechanic does not make. Really, what I guess mostly what I mean is, like, just a big part of Anthem's problem was it just kind of lacked, it felt like it lacked direction. And, like, with the flying being its greatest strength, it was underutilized at the beginning of the game. Like, when it first released, it was just underutilized. They had this incredible flying system tacked together with a very mediocre, like, loot progression and setup for that stuff. And they needed to consolidate in a more cohesive way with the things they were good at. Which, I mean, when something goes through the sort of development hell that it did, it's not surprising that it was a little bit, you know, lacking clear direction. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. Okay. Okay. Okay, hold on. You are not giving me many opportunities to open up distance, and you also do not stagger on every spell, which is making my life harder. You are going to sit here and take that, though. Hey, Glow, good to see you. Ah, shit. How did I miss? I just straight up missed. How do you miss? It's fine. Everything is fine. How have you been? What have you been up to? The Great Katana. Rakshasa gear. Neato. If I remember seeing a quick video from people talking about the Great Katana. I think the Great Katana has the same attack animations as the great sword, not great sword, the long sword from Monster Hunter, which I think is amusing. Taking care of yourself, looking for a new place to live? Well, I hope taking care of yourself is going well, and that finding a place is not too shitty, because I know that can be shitty. I actually have a friend who's just now having to deal with finding a new place to live as well. Their situation is really, really sucky, actually. Both are going well? Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. So my friend had been renting a house, but they were kind of, well, actually it gets worse than that. 'Cause our friend was allegedly going to be renting a house to own. So, like, just rent it until they had paid enough to then own it. Unfortunately, because they were young and foolish, they did not... I mean, and this was years ago that they started trying to do this. They did not get this agreement in writing. It was just a friendly verbal agreement to do this, which is never good, because the homeowner, after time, decided, you know what, maybe I don't want to end up selling the house. And so, like, a friend had put work into the house, because, like, that was part of the agreement. Like, they'd pay rent, they'd fix it up, and then once they got to a certain point, they'd own it. They'd transfer the deed or whatever. And they were like, maybe not. There were some other circumstances that led the guy to no longer want to give them the house. But, like, I mean, regardless of your circumstances, bro, that's some douchebaggery. And so they're also saying that because it was a verbal agreement without a lease. And so, you know, they're there, no lease, no written agreement to get them the house or anything over time. And so, you know, as houses age out, stuff starts happening. And so stuff has started to go wrong with the house, but he doesn't want them to have the house anymore. And honestly, doesn't really want them to, like, be there anymore. So they don't have a lease agreement anymore, or ever. And so, of course, now they're in the position where he's like, yeah, I'm just not going to fix the water heater. You can pay to fix the water heater if you want. But it's like... So now they're living there, and, like, they've got kids and stuff. And it's like... No, I don't believe... It's a small town. They didn't do text messages. They actually talk to people in the small towns, you know? They're like... They knew the guy or whatever. They were at least somehow related, so, like, you'd think... Yeah, and so it's like, it sucks, because he's essentially just trying to drive them out. And it's like, yes, even without a lease, there are legal mechanisms you can use that they have to help take care of you. Like, even though the lease agreement would help a lot, but, like, there are, like, tenancy rights things that you could go through to, like, fight to get this taken care of. But, like... I mean, they don't want to fight for the house. Like, that's the frustrating part about tenancy rights and like the bullshit that you have to fight so hard to protect yourself from people, like, treating you shitty in your home. 'Cause, like, yeah, you could fight for it, but, like, what about after you win the fight? 'Cause, like, it's pretty open and shut. So, like, yeah, you'll win the fight, but, like, now you're stuck living with the world's worst landlord that hates you because you took him to court. Like, how is that helpful in the end? And so it sucks, because that happens to so many people. And so they're trying to find a new place to live for a while. They're just trying to find a new place to live and whatever. Yeah, it does. And it sucks. And so if I feel very bad for them. Despite, like, thing is there's a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas that, like, are kind of easy to put on them. Like, well, you should have known better than to get in an agreement without, like, any kind of written stuff. You really shouldn't have trusted people to just hand over a house because you did the thing that you had verbally agreed to. But, like, ultimately it's shitty. Like, landlord's shitty. They don't deserve it. And it sucks. I'm very... it's tough. I know, like... So this is one of those things that I always feel is really important to sort of think about when you're talking about bad things happening to people, right? Because it's the same sort of thing of victim blaming with, like, sexual assault and stuff, right? Because there's always multiple layers to an issue. Because from like a personal perspective, there is advice that could be given of, like, here are things that you could do better to protect yourself. And, like, that advice is not, like, bad. Like, giving that advice is not in and of itself bad. The problem, of course, is, like, the timing of giving that. Because the problem with a lot of circumstances of, like, victim blaming is, like, you start throwing in retroactive advice, like, after bad thing happened. And it's like, you shouldn't... Exactly, it's not helpful right after an incident. And it's like, yeah, you did do some things that... Or you didn't do some things that could have helped avoid this situation. But, ultimately, the problem is that someone else was behaving wrongly. Like, in the case of the landlord, it's like, they are breaking an agreement they made. Right. And in the case of sexual assault and stuff, it's like, yeah, they shouldn't be shit people. Like, they are a problem. Like, they are doing a bad thing. And they shouldn't do that thing. However, in the large perspective, well, not in the largest perspective, in a slightly larger perspective, like, there is something to be said for, like, we do know that some people are going to act badly. Therefore, here are some things that, you know, maybe not you because you've learned the lesson at this point, likely, but, like, other people who might find themselves in similar situations, it's like, make sure to get written agreements for things. Like, it's really important. Things like this happen. So, you know, here's some advice to try to keep yourself safe from bad behavior in the future. Like, that's advice that can be given. And then, of course, at an even broader level, right? Broader level, you can start saying things like, okay, how societally can we start incentivizing good behavior in these ways so that in the grand scheme of things, we have less people inclined to be shitty, right? Like, how do we get people to not be absolute shitheads in a variety of ways? Like, that's... Because that's... And the problem with, like, these are all different layers to sort of view a problem from. And a lot of problems come into the discussion, because this is one of those things that always happens whenever anybody starts talking about this shit, like on Twitter especially, right? Twitter starts blowing up because something bad happened. Somebody just wanted to complain about a bad thing. Everybody starts rolling in with a, you should have done this, you should have done that. And it's like, a lot of people get caught in one perspective. They don't give a perspective, like they don't take the time to think about the fact that there are multiple potential like degrees of thinking around a topic. What are you hassling me with, Seaweaver? Only shit on post-pot? Okay. Good. But that's the problem, right? Because multiple people will come at these problems from a single perspective, and they don't think about any more. So you have one person who's like this person has done something horrible, and it's like, yes, that's true. But then somebody else comes in and they only are thinking from the like personal responsibility. It's like, well, you should have protected yourself. And it's like, yeah, but that's not helpful right now. No, you are very correct, Glow. So there's actually a term for this sort of thinking, and it's called second order thought. And there potentially you could argue that there's more sorts of thought than then second order, but like second order thinking is kind of the broad term for taking steps beyond the initial thought process you might have to expand and try to think of implications of like an issue you're discussing or a problem space that you're working in, things like that. And so it's a practicable thing. Like second order thinking is something that you can sort of practice and work on. It's not just an innate skill. It is something that can be learned and practiced. So I mean, if you're curious, there are books and articles and stuff about second order thinking. If it's something you're curious about, I would encourage you to sort of look it up. But the ability to have second order thinking is, I think, a huge part of what separates like actually like meaningfully intelligent people and people who end up being sort of foolish, regardless of what kind of book smarts, whatever like PhD shit somebody might have. Like people who are unable to look at wider ramifications, like they're just kind of foolish in a very specific way. Yeah, great. Love it. Yeah, so if you're curious, you should look it up. Like if that's something that you've, been considering and talking about, you should look up second order thinking, like broadly. It might give you some more, tips or tricks or sort of avenues of discussion on that topic if it's something you commonly bring up, because it's really important for like a functioning society to be able to consider like the ramifications of what you're doing on other people, like, because it's the difference, it's a little bit of more of that, or caring after you have done that thinking would help avoid a lot of these circumstances where people are like, at a company and they're like, well, we want money, so we'll do this. And it's like, well, does that have an impact on the environment? And it's like, well, yes, it does have an impact on the environment, but maybe they don't care. Maybe they didn't think about it, but they also maybe don't take another step to think, well, if it does have an effect on the environment, maybe later on that will also affect us. Like maybe there's more things that will also affect. Like what happens when the environment is affected? It's like, well, maybe we will no longer be able to use like the waterway that we rely on. Like that will impact us down the line. So it's all of that, like thinking further is important. It's also very important why I like specifically have done some reading, not a tremendous amount. It's very relevant for things like my line of work where I do software quality engineering. So when you're talking about like the quality of software or any kind of system, it's important to see, like, you might be looking at a specific aspect of your software or your system, and it's like, that shit, like, spiders out. Like, it touches lots of other things that you might need to be cognizant of. As well as just being, in general, having an engineering degree, it's important to, like, recognize how choices might impact, you know, the people interacting with your engineered systems. Like, you don't want to kill people because you didn't think about something. You know what? Here's a timely example. Here's a piece of engineering that maybe could have used a little bit more thinking. The Tesla Cybertruck. So the Tesla Cybertruck, they thought it was going to be super cool to have an automatic frunk open and close. Also with stainless steel, like, coating, cover, exterior. Now, stainless steel is very sharp. And a powered open close, you know, moves on its own. Somebody over there didn't seem to consider what happens when an appendage is placed in that space while that frunk is opening and closing with a sharp edge. And, like, people broke their shit because it's, like, wild. You can look it up. I believe I just watched a more recent review, and they were talking about that, like, they may have improved that with a software update, but there are videos of, like, carrots being absolutely severed or chopped into because people were, like, putting them in the front to, like, test it. And it's like, whoa, that is wild. Also, I saw you mention Seaweaver, a thought about game software stuff. Feel free to continue that thought. I gotta look this thing up. Hold on. So honestly, Tesla to me is an excellent example of people who have their, like, a very specific goal that they set out to do and then did not consider a lot of ancillary things around it. Okay. Seaweaver, I don't agree that setting should exist then. Like, that, if it needed a setting. I didn't ever see anybody saying that. But even if it did, like, it shouldn't be an option. Hold on, I'm saving an image real quick here. I do not like Teslas. I do not like Elon Musk. So, like, I'm not going to be particularly kind to them, broadly speaking. But, like, I'm also not looking to, like, I don't need to slander them from an illegitimate standpoint. There is plenty to slander them with that is legitimate. So I don't want to paint them worse than they are. They're bad enough as it is. All right, hold on. Let me open an image. Here. There it is. There, you can see up here. Oh, it's in front of me. See? Just cut the shit out of that. Like, maybe that was just specific setting. One, that specific setting shouldn't exist, but the corner of these freaking stainless steel panels are so goddamn sharp. People are cutting themselves, like, just by running into it. Yes, I see an image of somebody who had to get stitches, apparently, on their shin because they, like, raked it across the corner of these panels. It's wild. And, you know, directly related to what we were just talking about, I could say that all of these people should have known better, because Tesla is pretty consistently a shitty-ass grift with shitty-ass quality cars, and they should have known better than to buy a Tesla. But I'm not going to say that, because Tesla shouldn't be a shitty-ass car company. I'm sorry, could you not just continue shooting me? Oh god, the freaking timing on this piece of shit. It's not just the carrot, though. I have seen people who did believe that it was going to work fine and still broke their fingers. Like, it's not just the carrots. Yes, Kappa. Like, that's mainly what it is. It's like, I don't really care, like, how it happened. It happened, like, in the wild. Like, that is just not something that should be, like, passed out to the public. Well, and that's a lot of the other, like, I feel like regulations are way freaking behind when a car this heavy can just have, like, huge ass front end that are, like, absolute pedestrian killers of a front grille and stuff. Like, there is zero safety for anyone being ran into by a Cybertruck. End up cut in half just by being run into. Hey, what the heck? Well, yeah, like, that is true, Seaweaver, but as a product developer and a product owner, that's a thing you talk about in meetings. Like, you have to know that people will find a way to do something. I can't tell you how many times, as a quality engineer, I have been in a meeting talking about a feature that someone will say something along the lines of, oh, it's really unlikely it will happen, that I have to remind them that it will simply happen. Like, no matter how vanishingly likely something is to happen, when you put it out there with the possibility of millions of people using it, maybe like more than once a day or however many times, depending on what it is that you're selling, it'll happen. Like, it will happen to someone. And if the outcome of that something happening is somebody has a severed finger, that is not acceptable. If the outcome is you have to restart your app and be a little bit annoyed, maybe that's an acceptable risk. But from my perspective, if the really unlikely thing that will definitely still happen to someone is they lost a finger, I am not, like, okay with passing that as an acceptable, like, trade-off. Ow. See, I think it's funny that we are exactly doing the same thing. What the heck was that? That we were just talking about, how you are specifically coming from the perspective that, like, well, you can't stop stupid, so it's like they're on their own. But it's like from the perspective of someone who actually is making things, it's like you have to plan for stupidity. It's a thing you just have to do. Hey, Priestess, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. I mean, so on the front of the, like, a Scholastic Book Company, I believe the Scholastic Book Company often sells to children, and so I guess my question would be, was there problems with the dye used in the book? Because, like, when you're working with kids, like, I don't know, eating the damn paper is, I feel, a legitimate risk. I mean, yes, that is true. There is always likely to be something that you can miss, that you wouldn't have thought of. The world is complex. People will find new ways to be stupid. The thing is, in the case of Tesla, which we were using as the example, I just don't really agree with the fact that, like, they should get that much of a pass, because many of the problems they introduce or have are problems that the industry of automotive industry has solved in the past. But Elon Musk is too big a dumbass to, like, accept following, like, historical precedent. And he's just like, no, we've got to disrupt literally everything. And he just has to, you know, remake every wheel that has ever existed. Well, yeah, okay. So a paper cut in your mouth is not too much you can do, but I do think that, like, there are things that you can consider with, like, books for children and expecting it to end up in somebody's mouth. Yeah, glow. Yes. Glad your day has been good, Priestess. I know you had been looking for a summer job. Did you ever end up finding something? Ay. The Tide Pods are a bit of an anomaly, I will give you that. That one I don't think anybody could have really meaningfully expected people to just be like, I'm gonna eat this, because it's laundry detergent. Like, what? I'm sorry to hear that, Priestess. Did I go down here? You're not wrong. They did make them look very, very snackable, which I guess is a little bit shame on them, but that is not an uncommon story, though, Priestess. The job market is legit. I know, yes, you're right, Seaweaver. Like, that's the thing is, yeah, they do look like snacks, but, like, the people doing it should have known better. Like, hello? Yeah, like, the trend is largely unavoidable. I think there were some accidental ingestion because it did look so, like, tasty, but... Oops. Ooh, that hurt. Nope, 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 nope. That was close. Hey, Chipotle helps at least. Chipotle's good. I do like Chipotle. There were a few accidental ingestions, which I think could have been better avoided with some more sort of planning, but the trend, there was no hope of ever predicting that. You know, on the subject of Chipotle that Priestess has mentioned, actually, there was a similar style burrito place that I actually kind of miss that was specifically in Chicago. There was one in the building I used to work in. It was called Burrito Beach. And they specifically had a barbecue chicken. It was really, really good. I got that, like, all the damn time. That was, like, always the protein I got. It was this barbecue chicken. Barbecue chicken burritos. Those were good. I ate there a lot. I ate there a lot. I had a punch card, so every 12th burrito was free. I went through, like, several of those while I worked there. Chipotle Tide Pods. Burrito Beach? Yeah. Are you familiar with a Burrito Beach? Are they in your area? Yeah, it used to be a Burrito Beach. I got a lot of free burritos. I got several free burritos. That's the thing I miss most about the place I used to work in Chicago. Because it was, I worked in a high-rise that was connected to several other high-rises, like by a ground, like a first floor, sort of like a mall, except there weren't very many shops. It was all just like food places, which made getting lunch at work so convenient. I really liked that about working at that place. You just go down, there was a McDonald's if I didn't want to spend too much money, just get a couple off the dollar menu. That was maybe like $1.19 at the time, rather than what it is now. There's the Burrito Beach. There was like a Great Steak and Potato Company. There was a couple like more deli-like places. It was good. I liked having a building that I could just, like, go to. Yeah, the dollar menu is not even remotely close to $1 anymore. What? Hold on. I kind of had missed your statement. I know you said something about the golden age of games. I didn't catch. Can you just repeat? I could go back and search, Seaweaver. Can you repeat what you said? I know you were you were saying something about how you know what you thought was the golden age of games, and then I think there was a lot of conversation, and I missed what you'd said. Can you repeat it, and I will give you my take? Oh my god, what? It's a giant-ass cannon. Oh, shit. It's huge. It's huge. Ow. You blow dart and bullshitter. Oh, fire. Oh, this place is the worst. Wait, you think that okay. I would not agree with that, Seaweaver. However, I will say that I was not really, like... Those were not a set of games that I was playing. So I don't really think of any specific games that, like, fit... Oh my god, this is awful. I cannot even keep a lock on this piece of shit up here. I can't think of a game that, like, fits that I would be familiar with or, like, think did it really well. I will say that I would have liked for things like that to have worked really well. You know, one of the ideas that I had always put forward as, like, what I would have really liked to have seen for, like, an MMO style game is I think, see, I have played none of those games, Seaweaver, which is why. I think that it would have been really cool to see an MMO that had two sides to it. So I really like the idea of asymmetric gameplay, of, like, not everything has to be, like, fit together in the same way or like, doing exactly the same thing. And so I think it would be really cool to have an MMO with two parts to it. There was, like, the PC part that was, you know, the typical sort of MMO experience of combat, adventure, doing your stuff. And then a mobile side of it that they could make an actually engaging crafting mechanic. Because, you know, they always try to shoehorn crafting mechanics into the base normal game of an MMO, and it's never very much fun, right? It's not that fun. It doesn't do very much for you. It's usually not as good as like the raid weapons, so, like, why bother with it and stuff like that. And I think it would be very cool to see like, the crafting side of a game be moved over to the mobile side, because, like, puzzly sorts of games are usually popular on mobile, you know, and you could then build up, like, a puzzle style based crafting system that you can actually craft things, you get actual results, and then you can sell those items. Like, you can fuel the actual MMO economy by selling those items to the normal players of, like, the base normal PC game. And so, like, I think that would be a really engaging way to include a different sort of typical player into an MMO experience. You know, I think I see what you're kind of talking about, Seaweaver, because what came to my mind was it's connecting to, like, the World of Warcraft expansion, where you had your base that you would send people out on expeditions and stuff, and, like, using mobile app for that portion of a game could probably be quite interesting and give you something to do. One of my issues is I don't really like mobile games, like, broadly speaking. I don't really want to sit down on my phone and, like, do stuff. I don't think they're very engaging. They're just not really the types of games that, like, I'm into. But I know people do like them. Yeah. Actually, I forgot that V Rising has it as well. Yeah, so, like, I think that's a reasonable thing to add to a game. I don't like it nearly as much as a direct sort of, like, addition to a game that's expecting you to... Because here's an issue that I think that can run into. If the expectation is that it would give you decent rewards for doing it, right? It helps incentivize doing it, like what would be the point otherwise? And that's good for people who want to do that. However, like, my issue is that I'm kind of on the other side. Like, I don't want to be forced to do that in order to get, like, to get necessary rewards or whatever, to feel like I'm, like, not playing optimally because I just don't want to sit down and have to, like, poke about on my phone for a while. So, like, that's a challenging trade-off to sort of solve, which is why I kind of like the idea and why I'd love to see, like, an MMO that makes them two distinct game, like, play styles and whatever that can interact in a different way, right? So, like, people who like to craft or like puzzle games can just do that, but still interact with the other side of the game by, like, you know, the interacting in the economy of it, which I think would be interesting. No, exactly. Mobile users being shop NPCs. I think that would be super cool. Like, I would love to see an MMO where the mobile users are, like, the economic force. And, you know, you could have your own if you wanted to open up and make crafting. Like, there's no reason you can't do both. I think it would be super, super cool. Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh, I don't like this at all! Okay. I don't have any heals. Sir, this is ridiculous. Sir. Okay. And now you're over there again. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I gotta come back anyway. Hey, honestly, if you want to take that idea, freaking take it. I just want to see it happen. Because I think it's a good idea. Yeah, build your shop's reputation, like, craft your stuff. I would love to see, like, I think in an environment like that, you can make the craftable gear, like, better. Like, it can be a meaningful, like, really significant part of gear progression, just because, like, in order to kind of get there, people have invested a lot of time into, like, doing it, and it can be, like, skill-based crafting, so they actually have to be good at it. I think it'd be really cool. Can I stab you in the back? Hell yeah, I can. What the hell is this shit? Ah! Freaking A, man! Oh, come on! Oh, this is the worst guy. This is the worst guy. I don't like this at all. What? Good God. Freaking distract him, Lutel. Are you kidding me? Okay, you are weak to physical, so I'm just gonna keep hitting you with rocks. Ow! Hey! What is that shit? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? What is this? What is this? What is this fight? Okay. No, no. We're gonna catch all those. There are... What is this bullet hell shit? What is this? This is ridiculous. Oh, you've already given up? I'm sorry, Seaweaver. You tried, at least. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, thank goodness that got caught. Freaking teleporting piece of shit. Nope, I'm gonna get pummeled. I don't like that. I'm getting pummeled. Okay. Did get the spell off. Whoop. Oh, infinity projectiles and the big fat guy's still here. No, Lutel is dead. Oh my god. This is just the worst. Freaking get wrecked. Okay, you're just not going to be stopped at all. You just are not interrupted, even a little bit. Oh, you're not dead. Oh, you're dead now. Wow, that sucked tremendously. That was awful. Good grief. Okay, so I'm like 40k down from another level, so let's use this. All right, there we go. Levels galore. Yes, we've made it. We've made it to the empty part of the map. Ugh. I hate the fact that freaking Mist or Beast is now the new trendy meme thing to post in Elden Ring. I don't care much for Mr. Beast. I know that makes me apparently some kind of freak on YouTube, but I don't much care for Mr. Beast. He's not the worst out there, but... Certainly, I've not, like, watched any of his content. Well, and I saw, like, an interview. I didn't see an interview. I heard some talking about his interview that kind of, like... He seems just, like, a very sad person. Because, like... Hold on. Don't let it see you. Once you're seen, there is no escape. It cannot even be touched. Good. Good. I love that for me. But that, like, he's like entirely consumed by his videos, and like he has no personality. He actually talks about how he specifically removes his personality entirely because having a personality might make like somebody not like your videos because they don't like your personality. So he's just like, he's like an empty shell of a human. And he was apparently talking about how, like, he has a hard time going out with his significant other, I don't know, married or whatever, because, like, he has to schedule it really tightly, because it's like, well, we'll go for, like, an hour or 2 hours, because he knows that, like, 1 hour spent with the significant other is, you know, an hour of not making more video content, which is worth some, like, oh, like, you know, $70,000 per hour or whatever, and it's like... yeah, you're a sad person, my dude. Like, that's... You are an empty, sad human. You have failed at humaning. I'm sorry, but you have not done correctly. I know, it's sad, like... And the thing is I feel like that that context makes his philanthropic stuff feel like almost worse, because it's like, it makes me wonder if he's doing it because he even wants to help. If it's just like, if he's trying to help, or if really it's just that he knows that doing that is effective, right? At getting views and getting positive engagement. So, like, it just works. The thing is, I don't know if he enjoys what he does. Like, from that interview, it did not seem to give that impression that he enjoys what he does. He enjoys, like, the success, and he is, like, absolutely lost in the sauce. Like, it did not come off as someone who enjoys what they do. Because, like, he's not allowed to enjoy what he does, because if he enjoys what he does, that's like a personality choice. I don't know. I don't much care for it. It does sort of land on the wrong side of exploitative. But well, honestly, it comes right back around to what we were talking about earlier with second order thinking, right? So, in a sense, it's good because, like, within the current context and the way that society is structured, which is like shit, it is an objective good to help people in the way that he does. Like, that is good, objectively. The problem is that I see is that he never, like, can observe the sort of reasons that the things he does are necessary. Because, like, a lot of the philanthropic stuff he does, like, shouldn't be necessary, right? Like, they shouldn't be necessary, but they are. So it's good that he does help a lot of people, but I find the main problem that he never, like, he has a tremendous amount of power, both in the fact that he has a tremendous amount of wealth, as well as he has a tremendous amount of space to influence young people to, like, having, like, different ways to view things. Right, and he should have an incredible amount of resources and capabilities to see those systemic problems that make his philanthropy necessary, and to champion the idea of a change to the system to make them not necessary. And, like, the thing is I don't know if he just doesn't think enough about it to try to champion that idea, if he doesn't want to ruin his content because he, like, doesn't want to have a personality and thus, you know, have people dislike it. Or, in the most cynical sense, he doesn't want things to change because him doing the philanthropy makes him a shit ton of money. So it's like, I don't know where it lies in that regard, but, like, I really would rather him be using his influence and wealth in a way that tries to impact society as a whole in a positive way, rather than simply throwing money at some problems that, you know, are like, whatever. and then making more wealth off, like, helping people. Like, that's... It also it just doesn't sit right with me. It's like, I know that it is sort of a... It's so, like, callous almost. Like, I'm going to make wealth off of helping these people so that I can help them again or help more people. And, like, I don't know. It's just so cynical. Like, I don't know. Yeah, when the suffering people are also the content, it's like, that doesn't feel good. I know that it's smart, but, like, there's something inhumane about it. Like, there's something about it that's just... Is this how we have to do this? Yeah, and that's why I don't really care for Mr. Beast. So, okay. That said, he is not an objectively shit person. I want to make that clear. Like, he seems a little bit sad. I'm not thrilled with his motives. However, he does help people, and most importantly, from a very personal perspective, he has stood up for his friend, his trans friend, who I don't remember their name because I, 1, am shit with names, and 2, I don't care about any of them at all. He has stood up for her several times, and to that I will give absolutely credit for, because, like, that is a personal choice that will get people to not like him, and he did that. So, like, that one, unabashedly, good. That one I have no caveats for. Good. But I don't watch any of his stuff. It's not for me. Well, and oh, you know what? Now that there are several of you and you are adding environmental effects, I forgot to mention, I had posted it on Twitter because, well, every once in a while I like to pretend that maybe Twitter will be effective and, like, help me reach anyone new. It doesn't. It never works. But I still try every once in a while. I did create a new environmental effect. There's a new environment redeem called !Neon Rain, because I was trying to revisit suggestions that had come up, along with some inspiration that I had pulled from a tweet that I saw. And I think it's a pretty good implementation. You could have, but I had forgot to mention it. Now we just have literally everything ever all at once. It's absolute chaos. We're not dropping frames, are we? No, we're doing fine. Okay, so what all is down here? I don't really know what I'm looking for now that I'm here. It is an environmental effect. It is not included in the severe weather conditions. And by it's an environmental effect, I mean that's the category that it is placed in my model organization and my hotkey organization, and so, you know, it is dictated by me as an environmental effect. It will not be added to severe weather conditions. It is its own thing. There's actually another environmental effect that also doesn't go in there. But I also don't think I have a channel point redeem for it. I have a button for it, but I do not have a channel point redeem. I feel like a bug is bothering me. Get out of here. What the hell? What's happening? Leave me alone. Wait. I don't know what's going on. I actually think that the main reason I did not include the other one, which I don't really... oh, that was not the one I meant to use. The name doesn't really make sense. I call it the OC environment for overclock, but I don't really use the term overclock anymore. That was an older model. So the meteors was the suggestion that has sort of now become the neon rain. I was sort of having trouble making one that worked for meteors. Like, I might be able to get somewhere again. I do feel like I learned a little bit in making the neon rain, so I might have a path forward to some kind of meteors, but we'll see. Okay. Leave me the hell alone. Where did you come from? Did you just, like, jump out of a tree? You know, I keep trying to summon the horse. The horse don't work. What's going on over there? Well, I'm glad you enjoy the absolute chaos. Here, hold on. Here's the other one that doesn't actually have a channel point redeem. That's the little line guys and the rings. I don't have any other name for it aside from the OC overclock environment, but it doesn't really make sense. Oh, apparently I'm supposed to hide from this guy. I don't really have a decent name for those anymore. This goopy fella. Chain train or chain rain? Hey. You turned around real damn fast, my dude. Let's see, can I like dash behind him over to the other side? The other side can go a little bit further up. Go. Oh, good. There's many more. I was hoping there would be. Trap ahead? Oh, it's a trap! I understand now. I'm exposed. You know, baiting him out with a trap was actually extremely effective. That worked great. It's absolute chaos. Nobody gets to watch stream today, apparently. It's just all particles. All particles all the time. Let's see, can I go up here? You know, if you used pixelate, it'd probably be even worse. That would probably be the truest of low visibility. There is nothing up here. Oh yeah, that's pretty spicy. That's... I don't know if you heard that or not. The game is quite dark in this area. Yeah, just a low-res sleep paralysis demon right now. I think we're through the nightmare demons. Rats, get out of here. Okay, what am I looking for exactly here? I mean, I guess really the next grace is what we want in an immediate sense. Hey, look, the next grace. Ask and you shall receive. You know, the neon rain actually looks kind of interesting in the pixelate. That's fairly amusing. That's true Eldritch form. Perhaps. Oh, there's another one down there. Well, I feel like, really, if you want to block vision, you really need to pull up the wings as well. The wings and hair are definitely necessary for true, proper Eldritch form. They also block more of the screen. If that is your goal, those have got to be a must-have. This place is hard to explore. Not having the horse is detrimental to quickly getting around, to be sure. Well, seeing as there is a horrible murder demon over here, I can only assume that this is where they want us to go. Shit. Shit! I believe he might be on to me. Definitely gonna go mad here in a second. Can we lose him? I don't know. Madness Dad? Nope. Okay, well, I was doing alright. Wait, I'm not dead. Oh, no. We're definitely gonna be dead here in a second. We're not dead yet. We're doing alright. Leave me alone, you asshole. I didn't lose him. I thought I might have for a second. Oh, we got him leashed. We're fine. We're not fine. Well, that was harrowing. Well, you know, now we know what happens if we get spotted. It's not good. It is, however, manageable. Not if we get spotted by two, however. If we get spotted by two, we are screwed. Oop. Crouch down, you dumbass. Okay, important to note, I see that there are a couple of the trap plants over here. So we're gonna hustle our way over, but not touch the plants. Dash through here, not touch the plants. We're a little close to the plants. Big ass rat. Don't mind me, big ass rat. I got other places to be. I don't really know where I'm going still. I'm just cruising. There's nothing really on the map that seems to indicate a clear, like, place to be targeting. Yeah, don't mind the giant greatsword. Don't worry about that. There's nothing to see there. I might as well be carrying a flag. There you go, Sea Weaver. You've found it all. Sea Weaver has in fact burned all of the points. Every last one of them. Maximum blocking of visuals. You don't get to see jack shit. You did get denied on the dark mode. It's true. Oh, there's a Grace over here. I feel like there should be something here. But there doesn't really seem to be anything of notable interest. I should actually rest. Although that will bring all the dumbass monsters back. Oh well. Oh well. Anything tucked away behind the waterfalls? Nope. Yeah, hope nobody was interested in watching the game, because it's entirely blocked now. It is simply chaos. Still no horse. That is correct. I cannot use the horse. Maybe it's down here that I'm trying to get to. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that I'm not, like, dropping more frames. Like, it is still running. And you know what? That's an accomplishment. Okay. I guess we'll try to go south from here. We shall see what we find. Why am I so zoomed out? What happened? Oops. There we go. Here's the path forward. You know, you're right, Seaweaver. What could I possibly be concerned about? Nobody can see anything. For all you know, it could be running at 5 frames per second. Would all look the same. You know, on the subject of frames, I'm excited that the new AMD Ryzen chips are coming out at the end of the month. Or at least some of them. I don't know if they're all releasing at the end of the month. But, ow. 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 But the new Ryzen chips. I'm excited. That's getting me closer to being able to build a new PC to run this whole shebang. Though I'll probably have to wait a little bit, because, you know, a whole new PC would be expensive. Wow. You know, I still want to redesign my eyes. It's one of the few things that have not been changed since I actually made this new-ish model, like, more than a year ago. I'd like to sort of increase the detail. I'd like to do something. I don't know what. It's an area that I would like to improve upon, but I'm not exactly sure what I would do. Come here, you. Oh, well, that appears to be a fortress of some kind. That seems likely to be what I'm looking for. Barely have any points. Seaweaver, you can't help yourself from throwing, though. Ow. You're one sad a little toss for your impoverished state of points. Well, it doesn't cost points, but it also doesn't care about you, apparently. Can I jump down this? Toss. I can. What? What are these? Are you guys alive? No, they're dead, apparently. These weird glow stick head having goofballs. What is happening here? Okay. Alright. Cool. Love that. I don't know. Hold on. Investigation time. Investigation time. Let me look in my users list. Is that someone who has ever been here? Search username. Savior. No. No. Mix It Up Bot does not know about that person. That is not a user that has been here. Who the hell? All right, further investigation required. Hold on. YouTube. Savior X Tanrin. It does exist. That is a person that exists. That is a person that has not been active on YouTube. They have 2 videos. 2 videos uploaded on YouTube from 4 and 5 years ago. And they apparently joined YouTube in 2011. Do they have any other links? No. It looks like their other videos were long-ish. Looks like maybe VODs. Alright, time to go to Twitch, see if they still exist there. We're down a rabbit hole. You can't stop me. Savior X Tanrin. Would they use the same name? The name does still exist on Twitch. Is this the same person? Do you look like the same person? I think it does. Are you the same person? Yeah, that is in fact the... Why? Hey, Glow, we are deep in investigation mode. I don't have it on the screen, for which I'm only a little sorry. Freaking... So you'll see Chatbit up above after having been asked an 8-ball question, just like threw somebody under the bus? Some Savior X Tanrin individual who Mix It Up doesn't know about because they're not in my users list. And Mix It Up is what runs the 8-ball. Doesn't know about them from my instance of Mix It Up. Is apparently someone who does in fact exist. Exists on YouTube and Twitch, though in neither place have they been active since 4 years ago. And they in fact only have a single subscriber on YouTube as well, so I don't know, get flexed on, I guess. Like, but like, what? What? That is baffling. That is absolutely baffling. Like, where did it find this person and why?
Come no closer.
Interesting place.
No closer. I say.
No.
The man is Wes.
That's freaking weird. I don't know. All right, you know what? We gotta ask one more question to the old Googler. Okay, hold on. Where does Mix It Up 8-Ball get usernames for answers? Ugh, this is not helping. This is such a specific, esoteric question. Surely no one else has asked this question. What? Where? Who? How? How did it find it? Whoomst? Mix It Up 8-Ball. Let's look up 8-Ball specifically. Can I get like a sample list of the chat responses, perhaps? Do you have that for me? Fun commands. No. No, you do not have a sample list for me. Well, that will forever be a mystery. I'm expecting that we're going to be, like... We're going to ask 8-Ball a lot of questions and see what the hell else it happens to just spout off like a freaking weirdo. That is remarkable. Oh, but as to your point, Priestess, that you just like have 2 subscribers, my like personal account also just has like 2 subscribers, and it's weird because I had posted like a single video like privately. Like, it wasn't even... Because I just posted it maybe for just, like, using the link to share. Because I didn't have any other way to share, like, a larger video file like that at the time. And so I did that. And then somehow I ended up with 2 subscribers. And they have been there forever. And they have never left. And I don't know why. I don't know why those 2 happened. I will say it was especially annoying to see those 2 subscribers on that account when this one was like just getting started and I had like 8 subscribers, and I was like, God damn it. I'm actually making content on this one and I have 8 subscribers, and I have this dumbass account that I didn't do anything on. It's just for watching shit, and it's got 2 subscribers. Like, how is this fair? I want those 2 over here. I mean, I don't actually want them over here if they're not actually going to come and watch anything. But it's like, what the heck? That's the creator of Mix It Up. Okay, that would make sense. I thought that might have been something along those lines, like someone involved. That makes the most sense. Midra. We have a new character name to work with. The Manse of Midra. Cannot open from this side. But I want to get further into the mansion. But must I warn, as you venture in, heed the words of our great master Midra. Approach not the madness, lest ye succumb. How do I go further into the mansion? Oh, no, Doggo was not spilling his food. My wife was getting ice for a beverage, presumably. That's what you heard. Honestly, it's kind of remarkable that there is not more just like random ass noises that come through on stream. I mean, a large part of it is because my wife is just respectful, but my office doesn't have a door. So like sounds in the house could just meander this way. I have most of the built-in commands disabled, Seaweaver. A lot of them don't actually, like, work. A lot of them are Twitch commands more so than YouTube commands. Try attacking. Oh. Yeah, thank you. That makes sense. Good. 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 Ah, well, tough luck. Although that one might not be disabled, it might just be specifically a mod command. I don't know. I didn't worry too much about the mod commands because, well, I don't exactly have any real mods. I think Cap is a mod, but only sometimes, you know, does mod stuff. My goal is to not need mods. No, you're fine. You're specifically not summoned. Ow. Ow. Oh my god! What the hell was that combo? Jesus. Can I... Please, give me a freaking sec. I'm stuck in a corner. Good grief. Oh, you cover so much goddamn ground. You ass. I hate this guy. This guy's the worst guy ever. Holy shit. I hate everything that guy stands for. Where the heck did he even come from? Oh, he appeared down there. That's where you came from. I missed my opportunity to just shoot the shit out of you. Okay, well, that's not really what I wanted. What is happening? What is going on? You need to relax. Hey, yay, yay, yay. Where is that coming from and why is it still happening? Needs to relax. Is someone casting that? Where is it coming from? Yeah, that one's priestesses. Okay. You know, I'm quite pleased with the way the fan bits have worked out as far as everybody getting their specific command they can use to pull their bit up. I like the way that panned out. I think it was a good idea. Oh, you ass. Yeah, yours is coming up. I need to start thinking about what to do for yours. Because yours, I at least already know what your design is. You have a design to work from. I'll have to look closer. Every time it freezes. Oh, come on. Well, it's not so much that it will be like piracy or necromancy, but it's usually more of the visual cues. I expect that I will try to produce a nice fire particle effect for one. To go with for your hair, and maybe also. You got a fiery beard, right? Well, regardless. Yeah. You have the fiery beard. Beg you to stop. Haven't I taken enough? Are we not brethren, common in our line? And yet you offer only cruelty. I ask, what crime did great Midra commit? So yeah. Fire particle effects for the hair and beard, potentially. I need to look more specifically at some of the details on your model. Oh, I see. They're throwing, like, stones that fire shit off for a while. I understand now. Yeah, I'll have to look very closely at your model and your PNG to see what sort of key aspects sort of jump out to my eye to visually incorporate it. But the blue fiery particle systems are kind of an obvious one to me that I'll have to make happen. You do have the hat, right? You have pirate hat? I'm trying to re-envision your PNG. I don't know how easily a pirate hat would go. Okay, hold on. There's two damn mini rats. You're not dead somehow. Okay, well. I mean, unless there's something specific that you want to point out. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do what I always do and just see what jumps to me. 'Cause I'll manage. I just haven't sat down and inspected heavily for the idea of how to make the fan bit. Because I hadn't needed to. Ah, the scar. Okay. Necessary item ahead. But I already got the item. I think. Oh shit! That was close. It's gonna be really upset if I just leapt off unintentionally. Who's that? You having a bad day? You alright? Oh, I should rest. I'll have to see if I can incorporate a scar. So scar is an interesting challenge for my art style and the style of the bits. Because I don't typically add that much detail to, like, the orbs. But I don't know if the scar would necessarily make sense as, like, an external object alongside the orbs. I'll have to take a look and consider. But that is a trial for another day. You got moons and shooting stars. That's exactly what you got. I'm actually extremely pleased with how close I was able to get your little guy priestess to some of those little I don't know, the spell cards. I don't know what you'd call them, but the little, like, almost spell diagrams, the lunar diagram sort of images. I got pretty close to that one I was referencing, and I am quite pleased with that. Okay, I'm just gonna bounce off the wall a couple times. Oh, is this the other side of that door that we couldn't open earlier? Is it? It might be. It is. Okay, so we've got a shortcut here now. But where do we aim to get to? You know, this is not a particularly usable library. Can we just all agree that trying to get up to the bookshelves up there would be extremely challenging? I can't say that that's a very effective way to store your books. I mean, I don't even see a single ladder here to help you get to the books. Just gotta be like Stretch Armstrong. Hey, the message was appraised. Carefully required ahead, and then likely fat coin purse. Oh, I see. That bookshelf can be moved. I see. I need... Oh, shit. I'm alive. I thought that was going to kill me. There's got to be a lever somewhere to move this. That's on tracks. So how... How? Is there... Where you have left? Nope, that's not helpful. There's gotta be a lever around here somewhere that will move this bookshelf. There was a lever elsewhere that moved a bookshelf, and I feel like this is doing the same thing, because we want to jump across the top. I'm surprised. I'm like looking for messages that would be near the lever, sort of pointed out, but I don't see it. Up here still. Should I walk like right past it at some point? Just ignored it entirely. Messages. Try down and then seek hidden path. Hold wraith. Try down and then seek hidden path. But I don't actually know if that's, like, accurate or helpful. Anything on the top of that bookshelf? Not that I can see. I mean, I can jump up here again. Time for range battle. Message. Thank you. That's so very helpful. Well, here we are back where we left off. Down at the bottom, feeling sad, wishing for a secret lever. Looking for a secret passage of some kind. Well, let's look over here. So this, what about this room? Oh. Of course. Paintings break here. Of course! How silly of me. The lever that I ran over. There we go. Ooh, close. Oh, yeah. Now we're getting places. Oh. Were you always up here? Oh, that was enough. Ooh, that was close. Oh. Nanaya's torch. Also, what's this? Material used for crafting items, and then Nanaya's torch. A torch made it by attaching a dying flame of frenzy to a small spinal column. Good. In a distant land in an age-long past was born a man who failed to become the Lord of Frenzied Flame. All that remains of him is cradled gently by Nanaya. That is unfortunate, Sea Weaver. Do you run into that a lot with the Steam Deck? Because I know not everything works on it. Is it like only an occasional, you know, irritant or frustration? Or is it like sort of regularly happening with games that you'd like to work that just don't? Newer and specific games? Well, that's good. Woo. Stop that shit. Oh, I see one. I see you. I see you. A grace. Excellent. Ah, that is a good. Okay, cool. Ladder down. Hey, that's pretty good. Another revered spirit ash. Killing it with the revered spirit ash. Yeah, Steam Deck seems pretty cool. I don't necessarily have a need for it, but I like that it exists. It seems like a pretty good product, all things considered. Yay, revered spirit ash 9. All a cyberpunk, that's good. I have the freaking Cyberpunk DLC, and I have not actually gotten to any of the DLC yet. I, you know, should do something about that.
The depths of your foolishness!
You good? You started this, it's not my fault. This is not all there is to this. It's not. I knew it wasn't. Bro, what happened to your head? Also, what is that?
Enough. I have endured more than enough.
Why would you grab it like that? You could have simply avoided that.
I ask you for
Okay. Okay. Sir, that is currently functioning as your rib cage. Okay. All right. Well, all right. I'm a little confused at the logistics of what just happened. Oh, well, I guess if you're really not that concerned about your head, it's kind of fine to take it off, isn't it? What? I feel like your right hand is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. What is with the nub in the left? My man. Quickly, Lutel. Oh, not quickly enough. Oh boy, hello, how are you? Oh god! Woo! He does seem to be doing a lot of praising the sun! Boy, he kinda is the sun, isn't he? Oh, God! You know, it's really easy to praise the sun when you are the sun. Nope. Nope. That's gonna hurt. Yes, it did. Oi! 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 No! I was doing so well. Okay. Well, damn, I was doing well. Oh.
Depths of your foolishness!
Yeah, I did not praise the sun hard enough, clearly. All right, we'll watch it again. Does that mean he's Solaire? Are you Solaire, my friend? I doubt it. That's a different franchise, but still.
More than enough.
God, that's unpleasant to look at. Why do you do it that way, man?
I ask you forgive me, dearest.
I look forward to learning more about who Nanaya is with the lore videos. It's quite upsetting. I at least appreciate that just staring at his dumb face does not cause insanity, because that would be very difficult to face. Praise the sun. Oi. Oi. Oh, I'm gonna eat that. Oh my god, he missed. Fantastic. I love that. Oh, suddenly you're in front of me. Hello. It feels very important to avoid madness, because I feel like getting hit by madness is kind of a death sentence. No, god damn it! I was on the wrong flask. Oh, Lutel has been a spectacular distraction this time. Oh, that's the... Oh, God. I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. Oh, yeah, Lutel. Woo! I didn't fire? That's fine. That'll do it. Piece of cake. Remembrance of the Lord of Frenzied Flame. Neat. Yeah, I made it all the way to 80 on the intelligence. All right. Now what shall we invest in? Let's keep pushing on strength, I guess. All right, but I think we're now done with down here as well. I doubt I found literally everything, but I certainly found the lion's share of what was down here. Okay. We made it up here. Oh, you know what? I don't actually know. Did I go up exactly up to here? I don't think I did. Let's quickly run up there. I don't want to miss a little section like that. Okay, so it's around this hole and to the right. Is there anything I can do with this hole? Does there appear to be a path down of any sort? Can I jump down? I mean, weirder things have happened. I cannot. But now we know. You gotta check. Alright, did I go up here to the right? I actually don't recall. I mean, you gotta try. There have been mystery pits that I did have to jump down. You never know what might be at the bottom of a mystery pit. That's the beauty of the mystery. Could be treasure. Could be death. Could be a birthday party. You never know. A shaman village. This glowing ass tree in the middle of the path in front of me is suspect. Okay. I think that was literally an incantation for a minor Erdtree. Not what I had anticipated. This is the shittiest village I've ever seen. No one is here. I can't go into any of the buildings. All I got was this dumb mini Erdtree. Sorry, minor Erdtree. Also sort of a mini Erdtree. Well, I guess a mini Erdtree is a little more like a bonsai Erdtree. It's like a gift that you give people that really you just want to burden them with a responsibility. It's like, here, take care of this living thing. It's a mini Erdtree. You have to trim it constantly, just like a bonsai. It's very finicky. The pH level of the dirt gets off just by a little, it dies. Alright, shit here. Well, I got the thing here. So I guess that's what I wanted. Found a shaman village, found a minor Erdtree. How very exciting. Hold on. Up here to the southwest. No, southeast. Not west, east. There's like a cliffside below. Aha, yes. Okay. I can probably reach that. I say probably as I'm staring at two blood splatters, which is assuredly people who have tried to go down there. Maybe they just sucked at it? Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Yeah. We ain't done yet. Ooh. I can probably make that jump. Okay. Message. Always try fingers butthole. Am I getting anywhere, or is this just an incredibly convoluted path to get down here? Oh, shit. Okay, well, at least this is a new place. And I got a thing for it. The Spell Machinist's Bell Bearing? What the heck is that? Alright, hold on. Off to the round table hold. I've got a lot of bell bearings I could probably hand over. But before then, let's go to the Remembrance Shop. Hello. Oh yeah, the Wild Boar Rider. Blades of Stone. Ooh, a sorcery. I mean, I'll take that Blades of Stone. That seems pretty cool. Damn you faith-based incantations! And faith-based weapons! Always with the faith. Always with the damn faith. Okay, hold on, I got a new spell. Spell. Oh yeah, I definitely don't need this anymore. This was here temporarily. So those also take faith. So that's something I could invest in to get the faith necessary to use those. I don't know if those are any good. The Sun Praise? Not really. Freaking Sun Praiser was all faith-based. I don't really use Tula's Moonblade very much. What about that? Okay, let's give that a try. Hold on, I'm gonna jump over here and try out this new spell. Boop, 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 boop. The NPC might actually still be alive down here. Cool. He sure is. Well, guess what you're gonna get used on? Or what's gonna get used on you? I got you this. Okay, yeah, so single tap. Alright, that's pretty good. I mean, this guy was an idiot, so I can't judge it too heavily, but, you know, it gives me a nice AoE option at the very least. That is something that I have been lacking in my current kit. I know, the sun... The thing is I feel like there's a lot of faith stuff in the game. Just like broadly speaking, I feel like faith builds are rewarded more frequently than intelligence builds, which is a little bit of a bummer. Wow, you're still alive. That's amazing. Bell bearing. I don't know what any of these bell bearings are actually going to open up. Purchase. how do I shop at the bell bearing shops? What are you selling? Oh, there we go. Egon's harpoon. What did you... What does the spell machinist do? Hello? Alright, hold on. Let me re-teleport to the Lost Grace and see if their store gets updated. Because there's usually an extra... there's usually another freaking... item selection. There's usually a bell-bearing shop. Hold on. I'm going to look that up. Spell machinist, bell-bearing. Uh-huh. Oh, no, I guess that is specifically for Rabath's Great Bolt. Okay, well. Cool or whatever. I guess it was this that I got access to. Great bolt tipped with a clump of glintstone shards, one of Spell Machinist Rabath's innovative designs. Detonates a large explosion on impact, dealing magic damage. Wow, that'd be great if I used anything that used a great bolt. Which I notably do not. Cool. Well, thanks. Thanks for nothing, I guess. All right, I believe that we are essentially done with exploration, and we now merely have the last bit to do. Now, if I recall correctly, there was a door, the Theater of the Great Beast, that, like, specifically was blocked by the tree. Do I have access to it now that I have taken down the tree? I don't think I've tried to go through it yet, since I got teleported up and in. Hello? Elevator? There we go. Apparently you can't activate the elevator button on Torrent. Who knew? At least not this one. You know, this stretch here actually looks a lot like Faramazula. The stairs up to Malekith. It kind of reminds me a lot of that. I did have a painting that I forgot to try to find. Well, let me see about this door and then I'll figure it out. Oh no, it's definitely open. Wait, have I actually been here? Did I come over, like, over here? Well, it's open. Can I pull this? I can. Maybe I have been here? I don't know. No, I have not been here. I mean, it's the same location, Enter Ilum. Oh, I have been here, but I didn't come from that direction. I think I had come from over there, and I came in here. And I never went down this path. I see. I went over there instead. I see. I see. Interesting. Wow. What an incantation. Okay, show me the painting. So I don't want to delve into this. I feel like this dungeon is the perfect thing to save for, like, extreme. To, you know, do the conclusion. The thing is I gotta find this. This is something that we can do. The Domain of Dragons painting. Work of a wandering artist. Painter said to have captured the landscape scene during the last moments of those welcomed into death's embrace. Soul of the painter and the vestige of the dead's last moments can be discovered by visiting the location depicted in even now. Where would that be? Very red. Do I recall what was red? It kind of makes me think of, like, up here at the Erdtree base. That's what comes to mind. This isn't really red, is it? Oh, it is Dragon's Domain. It's gotta be up here. It's gotta be in the dragon area, doesn't it? I mean, it's like literally in the name. I need an area that the sky is more red. It's not really red. What about down here? Okay. All right. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting point, Seaweaver, that I hadn't actually considered, of actually continuing to play the game while doing the lore stream. That's a good idea, actually, because I was going to do a more straightforward react, but I honestly wasn't confident in my ability to, like, react enough, because I'm not a React Andy. But I could set up a scene specifically to have gameplay and video simultaneously that I can sort of stop and react to occasionally. And maybe I can just sort of... No, I know I do need to give the content, but a lot of times, like, stopping enough to sort of talk about the topic is I think, good. But I wasn't sure if I could pull that off, so I might just, I guess, like, carry on playing Elden Ring in the base game just to, like, have something happening, and then we can kind of... conversations. Yeah, clean up. Well, and I was actually thinking the other day I sat down and was like, oh, maybe I'll play some of the base game areas, because I thought what might have been a fun conclusion would have been to go back and try to fight Melania, who is, I think, like, the hardest boss outside of the DLC, and sort of get a chance to compare the difficulty, since that was such a hot topic of, like, how hard is the DLC. I thought that might have been an interesting thing, but I realized I am, like, miles away from getting to that point, so I was like, well, shit, I don't want to sit here and do that much stuff. But doing that on stream might not be so bad. So I can sort of work my way towards that part of the game while we watch lore videos. That is a pretty good idea. Oh yeah, I definitely won't forget putting credit in. I have a huge amount of regards for vtuber, whose videos I plan to watch. Definitely want to maintain as much credit for him as possible and get, I mean, I have a small community, but I would certainly want to at least point them in the direction of vtuber, because honestly, I've sent a lot of people that way anyway, because a lot of my friends will be like, oh yeah, you know, I really enjoyed Elden Ring. I was wondering where I should go to get some lore, and I was like, vtuber. Like, it's no question, immediately. Like, it's like, yep, that's where you go. You take your ass to vtuber. Like, straight up, that's the starting point. They're so good, they're so well scripted, they're so interesting to listen to. Well, vtuber is specifically for FromSoft games. Like, obviously the game, it's going to matter what game you're talking about for who you go to, but like, for FromSoft games, it's vtuber is where you start. There are other people who have some good content as well, and he even references them, and then he'll credit them, so you can kind of follow down the rabbit hole of folks. But vtuber's where to start. Even for DS2 and 3? You know what? That's a good point. I don't think I've seen vtuber really do a DS2 one. Maybe that wasn't as much his cup of tea. I know there's also like Zuli the Witch. Zuli the Witch has some good stuff too. Their videos are a little bit shorter though. Like much more targeted, I think. Whereas vtuber's got like just a big ol' honkin' chunk of good content in big long videos. Yeah, poor Dark Souls 2. Someday I'll probably stream Dark Souls 2. I've not actually gotten all that far into Dark Souls 2. And honestly, Dark Souls 2 kind of runs into the issue for me, Seaweaver, where I'm like, I'm not as into it. Because it, like, as a single player thing, and I have a harder time getting, like, super into it. So I might stream that, because I think that helps sort of keep my engagement in the game more. Okay, we got some trees. Were there trees in the painting? What am I looking at? No, I mean, we could potentially do some co-op. I wasn't necessarily asking for co-op. More so just having people around from stream is many times enough to, like, keep me much more engaged with things. Okay, so it's still red here. Okay, these little spiky cliff jagged guys looking a little familiar. The problem, of course, with like the older games like DS2 or even DS3 from the perspective of co-op is it's such a pain in the ass to do co-op when you have to like fight the bosses twice, because you do it for one and then you got to switch over to the other. It's super obnoxious. I hate that they did it that way. Oh. Promising. Promising. Like, at least with the Elden Ring, there's a really nice mod for the seamless co-op. Alright, I'm losing track of what I was looking for out here. Oh, over here, over here, over here. That's the stuff I want. Okay, hold on. Let's take a look at the inventory again. What angle are we talking about? Ah, that's pretty close to the... There's the tree. There's the peaks, like the towers. Well, I'm actually closer than the painting seems to be. I feel like... What exactly am I looking at? Which direction is this? It's this way. So yeah, I think over here somewhere. It's so obscured though. Am I gonna get credit? Or is the ghost gonna be here with it so obscured? I don't know if it is. Like, I had to jump through some hoops last time in order to get the sort of the environment to be matching the painting as well, not just the location. I want to go up here. I was over here a second ago. I didn't see it immediately. It was too damn windy. Oh yeah, this is definitely the location. This is definitely the right spot. Is it high enough? I don't know. Map? Tarnished. Wait, suddenly it's not windy? Is this it? Oh, that seems real... Oh, it's windy again. It certainly seems close. I still am closer than this would indicate. Like, things are a lot closer to me than in this image. So maybe not. I still think we need to be higher. This is very difficult to, like, understand where I can actually stand on this mountainside now. But I guess we'll just try to traverse up a little bit, see if we can't figure out some other place on this side of the mountain, perhaps, that we can take a look that direction. So here, let me, you know what, let me slap down a, is it like, what exactly are we looking at? I don't know what what it is that we're seeing in the distance. But I'm going to put down that marker in the direction I believe that we want to be facing. So maybe we can try to find somewhere that can see that way. The problem is that I feel like the sky color starts to get more and more wrong as we keep going up. Like it was just right down there. But up here, it doesn't feel as good. It doesn't feel as close to the painting that we're looking for. Over here, it certainly is looking good, but this is not the direction that our stuff is. Oh, it's up here, isn't it? We need to be trying to face that way. But we're literally just in the middle of a cave right now. We're in the mountain. It's really not doing us any favors. Okay, so this is facing the right direction-ish. Just a little off to the left. Okay. We're kind of going the right direction. So the mountainside is... I can't see shit, though. What's up here? Just randomly climb. Oh no, this is definitely where they're expecting me to go. Okay. I'm not in an odd spot. I can't see anything. There's some way to like quiet the freaking storm? I kind of would have expected it to cool off after I killed Bale or what's-his-face up there. But it certainly hasn't. It be as wilden as it was before. What? Hello? Up? I just keep getting further and further away from where I feel like I'd need to be. Huh. Well, I'm not exactly meeting with success on this front. It's too much up the mountain, kind of anywhere I go off of this area, but I didn't see what we wanted there. I feel like it's close. Alright. We have, however, burned enough time on that, to be sure. We're now 3.5 hours, over 3.5 hours, so... I think that's where we'll cut it for today, because we have what I presume to be one final dungeon left. And we'll do that next time. It'll be a fitting conclusion. Hopefully it's enough time to give us a whole stream of it. Hopefully the bosses aren't too much of pushovers. I have I mean, yes, I'm using some of the most advantageous abilities, so it's not surprising that it's a little easier. But nothing has been much of a challenge at all. Not like a Melania. I want a new Melania. Give me something to really chew on. But thanks all for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you chatting and spending time with me. We will be back, of course, Thursday to hopefully complete the DLC. That'll be very exciting. I'm sorry, Seaweaver, that you won't be here for it as you are traveling, but the VOD will be there if you're curious. Priestess, Kappa, Seaweaver, it was a pleasure, as always. Have a good night. I hope the rest of your week is good. And I will see you on Thursday. All right. Bye.
Initiating goodnight sequence. Dispersing appropriate dosage of compound 347. Initiating phase 1 of memory calibration. This won't hurt a bit.